Today I fucked up by using an empty Altoids peppermint tin as a carrying case. I suspected nothing. The peppermint tin was empty. My items were covered in plastic. I thought I was safe until I felt a strange tingling down below. I was on a call, so I tried to ignore it, but the feeling grew. And this is how I learned that you should not store tampons in an empty Altoids curiously strong peppermint tin. I just got out of a long bath. It did not help. I have tingles where I should not be tingling. Help. This is not the same as using Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap. Peppermint is not meant to be used inside. On a positive note, I smell very fresh and minty clean. Please learn from my mistake. For curious people, some tampons are in the clear wrapper that isn't as perfectly sealed. TL, Doctor, I stored my tampons in a peppermint container and now my lady parts are tingly on the inside. This story had it all. Life, death and peppermint. Reminds me of the time I was out of my girly shaving cream and used men's menthol shaving cream on my lady bits and went for a walk in loose-fitting shorts on a breezy day. Seriously felt like my clit was gonna freeze off. Peppermint ~schnaps ~snatch. The plastic didn't even attempt to save you. You must feel betrayed and minty fresh, but painful. I'm on strong peppermint oil capsules for IBS. They are really concentrated. I do really well on them, pretty much the only thing that works, until the one time I totally effed up by taking 2. They are only 0.2 milliliters, 200 milligrams. One will be unnoticeable when it passes out the other end, because the peppermint has been absorbed and or broken down by then. Take 2, and you're firing out concentrated menthol. It burns, it cools, it's all sorts of weird, not pleasant. The other worst part is, you're stuck on the toilet and your eyes are burning from the menthol. It's that strong. And it doesn't go away for quite some time. Whoa. You win. Today I fucked up by letting my 4-year-old watch me play Bloodborne. So I know I'm a bad parent. I don't censor anything we watch, so my 4-year-old son had seen countless horror movies and violent video games. Rather than be afraid or become violent, he has instead taken a reasonable mindset of got to eat too. Velociraptor, monsters, zombies, whatever. Just insert it into that sentence and he's said it with a shrug. I've been letting him watch me play Bloodborne lately and he actually thanked me for being a hunter and killing the bad guys. This kid is awesome. Or so I thought. Today we were fighting with his toy dinosaurs, Baryonyx versus Velociraptor. Fun times. But then he told me to pick up my pretend controller to make them fight. As soon I picked it up he said, "You died already. Try again." Every time we went to fight it was the same thing, "You died. Try again." I was like, "Dude, you didn't even give me a chance." Then he told me, "But that's what you always saw in your game, die at the start of the fight, motherfucker." TL/Doctor, I let my 4-year-old son watch me play Bloodborne and now he trolls me for dying too much. Owned, pwned. Yes, I'm that old and I'll go away now. Lol, get good scrub. We let our first daughter watch the worst horror movies when she was an infant because she didn't know what was going on. She would always laugh her head off at the worst scenes. Turned out completely normal though. Our second daughter, on the other hand, has never seen a horror movie and she is the most sadistic and morbid kid I've ever met. Great kid, but the stuff she comes up with, it started when he was maybe a year old and we watched Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. He would laugh his ass off every time someone was brutally murdered. At that moment I was like, Velp, I'm not gonna shelter this kid. Getting told by your tiny humans is the worst. Just tell him you did his mom. That'll show him. Removed. Today I fucked up by burning my husband's penis. This morning I decided to make some homemade salsa. I chopped up fresh tomatoes, onions, cilantro, bell peppers, jalapenos and some spicy peppers the guy at the grocery store recommended. The highlight of this story is the salsa turned out delicious. Anyways, skip ahead 45 minutes. My husband and I were laying in bed and we decided to turn on a movie. I was trying to be sexy, so I stuck my hand down his shorts and started to play with his pepper. I was playing with it for about 2 minutes before he started freaking out. As he ran to the bathroom, he asked me if I washed my hands after making the salsa. When I tell you my heart dropped to my butt. Remember rinsing them with water, but I didn't do anything more than that. It's been 2 hours now and his poor penis is covered in these little red rashes. My search history is probably very confused right now after googling the things I did. Dipping your dong in milk, yogurt, cold air. So many options to explore. I have never felt this bad though. I've only seen him cry a few times and today was not one I will want to remember. Too long didn't read. I made salsa and forgot to wash my hands, played with my man's pepper and burned it pretty bad. Fill a baggie with milk. Place his nethers into it in a position where he can keep it there. Milk will draw out any capsaicin in his skin. I used that remedy for my hands a few years back. This is what we did. I don't know if I will ever be able to drink milk again without thinking of my husband's wiener in a bag. Goat's milk soap is way more effective than soaking in milk. The fat in the soap will help dissolve it and wash the capsaicin away. I'm an absent-minded face rubber and I have learned my lesson the hard way and swear by this solution. Me, reads title: This morning I decided to make some homemade salsa. Say no more. Why, back when the wife and I were young and definitely dumb, she was reading a book where the woman placed ice cubes on her man's balls just at the right time. We didn't have any ice, but we did have some icy hot lotion. I okayed using it. It felt like heaven for about 2 seconds, then the burning commenced. I could only dip them in a bowl of cold water. I didn't think it was ever going to stop burning. I wish that was the only thing that they had to suffer from, but I also zapped them with 75 VDC at about 120 amps when I was welding. I was standing on a metal catwalk about 75 feet up and squatted down on a hot rod that didn't fall from the stinger when I squeezed it. I was grounded to the pipe, but I took my gloves off and put my hand on the pipe as I squatted. That was over 30 years ago and I still feel a little twinge when I think about it. My husband put Tiger Balm on his shoulder, then went to the bathroom to wash his hands. Brain did not compute the process and decided it was better for him to pee before washing his hands. I felt horrible at the screams of pain, but I couldn't help but laugh, lol. Make his pain your pain. Put your hands down your pants. When I first saw those little tears start, in my rage of guilt I think I offered to do it to myself in some sad attempt to make it better. Good thing he ignored me.